Oh, hello, I didn't see you there. It's Anjay here. I am going to show you a second lesson in how to draw a mandala. So what you see now is the geometric setup of the mandala. If you're not sure how to do this, go back and check out lesson 1. I show you how to draw it up to an 8-point symmetry, which this current grid is. Now, that was the mathematical, scientific, geometrical part. We get to the creative part. We get to design a mandala. For this exercise, I'm just using cartridge paper from a pad and Faber-Castell Pitt artist pens, super fine, fine, and medium. You can use various brands. I'm not necessarily recommending Faber-Castell over any other, but look for pigment ink and light fastness. These won't fade, and whatever you draw will be worth the investment of your time because it will last. Of course, if you just want to practice, you can use anything you like. I am not going to draw in pencil first. I'm going to dive straight in with pen. Part of my art practice is to allow accidents to happen and just incorporate them into the design. Of course, it means sometimes I have to abandon the project altogether. Now, you may feel stuck a little bit with what to draw in your mandala design, so there are cheat sheets available. You can find these all over the internet. Mandala patterns, you use them for inspiration. And you can see, particularly from this one, it's very hand-drawn. You don't have to be particularly precise. The idea, though, is with the repetition of the pattern, let's say it just makes up for a multitude of sins. In the overall design, with lots of detail, you don't notice little imperfections. So you can see most of the designs are based on leaves or flowers. You can do whatever you like, and some of the elements to incorporate can be very simple, just spots or stripes or zigzags. So I'm going to use a combination of these types of elements today to complete this mandala. Just to give you an example, of course you can do anything you like. So I start in the middle. I find it a good practice usually to start in the middle of the mandala and work my way out. And I'm going to do a kind of a petal design for the center to make a flower. It'll be kind of like these petals here. So here we go. Just start anywhere, it doesn't matter. You see this flaring out or fine-tipped leaf shape is quite useful and just looks really nice. See, I don't have to draw completely precisely. I'm layering up. There's almost a 3D thing happening here as I layer up the petals behind each one. But I am looking to meet the symmetry lines that we made an effort to make pretty precise when we were drawing up the basic template of this mandala. And this is why, because the more precise you are with the layout of your grid design, the more symmetrical overall the mandala will be, and symmetry is the key to making a successful mandala. Okay, so they are a little bit plain. I might swap pens and go with the fine to draw a little outline in the middle of each one. And I'm just making this up as I go along. There's no pressure. Remember, you're doing this artwork for yourself. Experimenting is good. You can't really make a mistake. Well, that's not quite true. Of course you can make a mistake, but all I'm saying is don't be afraid. Go ahead regardless. Okay, it's looking a little bit more detailed now. See in this example here, they've got little flowers in the middle of each petal. At this stage I'm not going to do that, I'm just going to leave it and see how the rest of the mandala evolves. So now I'm ready to start filling in this next circle here. I'm going to refer to the sheet just to show you how we can use it. And I think I will go with a border design, maybe just something like this. So I'll switch over to the fine pen again. And if I was going to be fussy, I would draw another circle with my compass to make the edge of the border, but I'm just going to try and be careful and keep it more or less the same. Okay, so the next thing to do is, I think I might use this type of a design, sort of like the top of a Gothic window, around in the next circle. So I'm going to be aiming for about the halfway point between these two lines of symmetry for the point of the arch, the Gothic arch. So I'll just mark that, and I'm just estimating. Again, I'm not getting too fussed about anything. Oh, I might switch over to my medium pen. And just make it meet the radial line there. So I'll repeat that for each of the 8 segments. Just trying to judge by eye. This line's a bit too straight. Oh well. And now they have this little almost fleur-de-lis design in the middle, almost paisley, so I'll go with that. I'll go with a circle of leaves. So I'm going to start in the middle here. I'll just do something simple. I'm going to base it on this design here. Same basic shapes we're using throughout here. leaf shape with a bit of a point at the top. Switch over to my fine pen to add in the detail of the veins. And then I'm just going to do the final circle, the outer rim. So I will use a kind of a border design for this. I think I like these little guys here actually. I'm going to have them facing inwards. And then I'm just going to connect it up with something really simple. I think I'll go back to this type of an idea. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it there for today. If you did this, then you would have the perfect outline for a mandala. You could copy it, photocopy it and colour it in. Or you could, I could keep going and just adding extra pattern elements into the design. But I think I've done enough to show you the idea. All I've done is I've just drawn curvy lines and straight lines. No particular artistic ability required. Just adding in the different pattern elements, sticking to your symmetry, and the repetition means that the overall effect produced by the design is more important and actually more impressive and pleasing to look at than any of the individual elements on their own. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this, and I encourage you now to go out and give it a go. You don't need to be perfect, just have fun. So happy mandala drawing. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please like and subscribe to Shala OM channel for meditations and art and yoga sometimes, who knows, maybe even. And thank you for watching. Happy mandala drawing. Namaste.